Hello and welcome back to The Pale Beyond. And very quickly before we start getting in, if the previous two episodes, if you have seen sort of black lines on the side of the video, which might have looked a bit weird, but like, if you noticed that and the resolution looked a bit wonky, it's because it was. The game, for some reason, had put the resolution to, what was it, 1600 by 1024 or something? It was like, it was weird. It was not the resolution it should be. So, yeah, I know why, and it's because I recently bought a new main screen monitor, switched out the old one which had been damaged in like a thunderstorm, survived but it got damaged, so I've replaced it recently. And because I have two monitors, and because it registered the second monitor as now the main monitor because it was because of which order they were plugged in. It's stupid, but that's the thing. It meant that the game opened up on the second monitor the first time, and when I switched around back, the resolution got all wonky. So I apologize about that. That is now fixed. So hopefully it looks a bit better. Hopefully it doesn't look as weird. But yeah, there we have it. But as I said, that is now fixed, so that should mean that all of the menus and things should look a bit more crisp. It should also mean that we don't have any weird cutoffs on the side here. So, yes. Anyway, let's look at the tub. Last place you saw Captain Hunt. There's still drops of whiskey. Frozen. Yeah. Captain Hunt. Recap a bit. Captain Hunt and Killian, Amelia, and Joseph has gone missing, quote unquote. Missing because we don't know where they are, but we pretty much know that they probably ran away. Abandoned us all, doomed us here in the wasteland, stuck in the ice. But we go in. Templeton here, Richard Templeton, has given us, he has quote unquote assured us that rescue is on the way. We just need to survive 35 weeks. And here, all he has done is giving us his word. So, yeah. Hunt's ledger is gone. Yep, so he took some things and then just ran away. Anyway, we have had a cutscene with Templeton here, where we have talked a bit, and by leaving, we pretty much are going to encounter all of the crew, and we are going to decide who the new captain is going to be. Surprise, surprise, it's probably going to be me. Who knew Anyway, let's leave and actually get the voting going. Here they are, waiting. Everybody. So, let's address the crew. The hushed voices become more distinct as you make your way back out in the open air. You notice the absence of Turner. The crew members notice you and stop. Their attention ripples across the deck. Attention! It should be clear by now that Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote in the new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for the role. Clear choice as first mate. And what of Hunt? I do not see him among us. Do you? Don't see a body either. He is still out there. We don't know what happened. Something we can discover. But now, someone has to take the reins of command. All in favor of Officer Shaw. Start the voting process. And yeah, loyalty is important to keep track of. And here's the swing vote. You have been confirmed as the captain of the expedition. Yeah, when you get that, what you need to do is click or like to press a button of some kind, so it continues if you're stuck there and it doesn't continue on its own. Anyway, you've been confirmed as the captain of the expedition. Well, the A's have it. Shaw shall be acting captain from this point forward. Acting in Captain Hunt's stead. Crowd look to you expectantly as Templeton gives you a knowing nod. A moment passes in the cold as they await your next words. Curious murmurings scattering between the crew. Captain Hunt is no longer with us. To those who don't know me, I'm Robin Shaw. Wait for them to quiet down. As they look to you, it's not long before the obvious question spills from a crew's member's mouth. Where is Captain Hunt? I like... Yeah. Lying is never the option. Never. When you're in command. Lying is never a good thing because... Here's the thing. Nothing stays a secret forever. That's just how things are. So if you lie, they might not know immediately, but they will know eventually. Captain Hunt abandoned us. You notice Templeton's eyes widen. Whispers begin to roll throughout the crowd. He appears to have left this expedition along with 3 missing crew and 1 of our lifeboats. Or to what end, I can't say. Or if anyone knows anything, come forward. Yeah. A silence hangs in the air. Now you're all scared. As long as we keep our wits, there's no reason we can't survive this. Anybody take issue with me taking the charge? The crowd begins to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one, with questions thrown your way in quick succession. How are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Will we still be paid? We will have to rely on each other out here. I have said my piece on this. Get on with your work. Our immediate priority... yeah. Is to wait it out till either we are freed from the pack or help arrives. Is to find additional food. Current supplies will only take us so far trapped in the ice. Is to prepare ourselves for land navigation. This ship is an unreliable place to remain. Which one would I go with in this situation? The third option is vague, but still clear. It doesn't... yeah. There is some vagueness to it, like when it comes to like the severity of the situation. But it gives you a clear motive of what you need to do. To prepare ourselves for land navigation, this ship is an unreliable place to remain. We know this isn't what we signed up for. Ask for reports. You know where to find me. Ask for reports. I would like the head of each station to report to me going forward. Stick with me and I will see us through. Memorial service will be held once we make land. Understood. Well, you heard the captain. Get to it. Crowd dissipates, returning to the rows aboard the ship. We pass Templeton. Thought we had an understanding. I won't lie to them. If we can't be honest with each other, what chance do we have? I hope you're right. He looks up at your new hat. Suits you. in that situation, actually saying that they are alive, but they abandon us, is the lesser of two evils, so to speak. Anyway, let's talk to Kurt. Sure. Or should I say Captain Shaw. That Hunt. He didn't seem the type to just leave his crew behind. Still, no good dwelling. I have confidence you'll take up the mantle well. We will see. Do you have any experience leading expeditions? The crew are counting on me. I don't intend to disappoint. We'll see. No good to be cynical, Captain. Need to set an example for the crew. Now, I am very cynical as a person, so that's probably what I would have said. We'll see. I would probably have added, we'll see, but I'll try my best. That's probably what I would have said, but yeah. You keep your chin up, they will raise their heads in turn. Feed dogs. Let's go and see if there is anything. Now, I think this is important to go through because preparations is key in the beginning here. And take note that crate of tinned food, as soon as you have actually got a resource card, you have that card. You have that like item as it is, unless an event happens that sort of changes something in your inventory, so to speak. It stays as it is. Which means that this crate of tinned food will be with us the whole game until we use it. So, an important thing to do is go and grab one, because you will always grab one yourself, and then you can assign 1 to 3 people grabbing one more. Like this. Confirm. And the same thing can be done for coal. As you can see, I now have 4 crates of tinned food and 1 sack of coal. And if I go in here and add 3 people and confirm, go in here, we have 4 of each. Why is this important? Well, the sack of coal is just a good way of, like, it's a good fuel. And a bit of a spoiler, but your time on the ship is limited. So make sure you grab as much of this as possible. And on top of that, the crate of tinned food doesn't stay fresh forever in the pantry. In the pantry here, you can only grab a crate of tinned food for a certain amount of time. I think it's a week or two once you run aground. Beyond that, it's going to be a crate of spoiled tinned food, which not only is going to give you less food, it also has a chance of giving anyone that consumes food that week food poisoning. So it's important to grab as much stuff as possible. Oh, let's talk to Hammond. Captain now, are ye? As long as ye aren't in my way any more than Hunt was, I'm happy. How's the... You? Happy? Why did you abstain during the vote? How's the boiler keeping? How's the boiler keeping? Well, we aren't dying. That's a relief. Don't know how well the furnace will hold. I will keep it going as long as ye aren't distracting me. Oh, I'll try not to. Coal goes in, we stay alive. Really is that simple. So yeah, we now have 6 out of 100, so we have to make sure to fuel this. Now, I'm not sure we need... I'm not sure we need all 4 of them. You do want to keep some as a resource card. You don't necessarily want to put everything into the furnace or the pot. But it's also not a massive negative to do it either, as long as you don't overfill it. So plus 80, that's 86. It's 14 away from 100, so let's do that. And when you can only do the collecting once a week, so that's why it's so important to collect every single week. One in there. The hoosh pot. Here I probably don't need to do all of them. I can do... That is 88. Yeah, I can do 3 of them. I do want to save these as much as possible. Let's go in here. There are currently no flooded rooms to pump water from. Okay. There will be, so that's why you can do that. Let's go in here and check. Yeah, as you can see, the Temperance is saved from sinking. The Aurora passes, leaving only the bright light and white. Yeah. This will slowly fill out. And there will more and more be every single week. White said week 5, I'm not sure, but whatever. Let's get into the captain's cabin and let's talk to Templeton. Should be no hesitation, sure. You are the captain now. You must carry that authority instantly. It's best that we carry out the daily routine as normal. Show that you're capable in the role. We should take today's request immediately before seeing to our resources. Well, I took care of the resources, but whatever. Take requests. We saw the duties of the captain firsthand while serving Hunt. We're acting captain now. Time you take up the mantle. Take up that mantle. The line is already forming at the door. No surprise, given the circumstances. Take them as you may, Captain. Yeah. Kurt and Cordell. Captain, I brought the Kennel Master with me. This is something you will both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what this matter is. I was planning to speak with the captain on it myself. Fortunate happenstance then. Captain, I know these conditions well. I've seen them before. Any idea of the Temperance being freed of the ice anytime soon is a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain, we will be living off it for quite some time. Oddly pessimistic of you, Kurt, and what of you, Cordell? Do you agree? So you're suggesting we'll live off the ice. And what of you, Cordell? Do you agree? Indeed. She liked that I didn't skip over her. That's why I got +5 loyalty. Anyway, the dog sleds will need to be exercised regularly. And there is no better way than to engage in hunting. We are quite lucky despite the circumstances. Now is the peak time for hunting and navigation. And navigation? Traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to prepare for that. If we are to survive out here, we need to know what lies ahead. True. These are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. Your current rations are not set to last forever, either. Send any hunting party to me as you please. My dogs and I will ensure their survival. Cordell exits. Same sentiment for myself and any scouting teams. If you wish the great unknowns to be braved and charted, I'm your man. We need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. True, in this situation, exploration is key to know which way to go so you can actually make informed decisions. Anyway, Hammond, what do you have to say? Saving that boiler was only the start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of this bloody ship? It has certainly seen better days. She's bleeding in the lower decks. Believe the older Stoke is attempting to rectify that. We need to stockpile as much fuel as we can. If the furnace runs out by the end of the week, we die. If we spend too long on this ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough fuel for the winter, we die. Hey, get me some coal, get it in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. That coal bunker is our only source of fuel for the time being. Until we can procure alternatives, we should assign crew to shoveling whenever possible. Yeah. And Junior, what do you have to say? You have to say stuff like, sure. Ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? It would seem that way, yes. Crew seem to think so. They think if we don't intervene, the Temperance will never get freed. If you're suggesting breaking the ice, I assure you that won't work. I'm not. They are. No intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free this ship. Putting others to work on that is simply a waste of manpower. Hey, maybe. But they're scared though. Worried. They just want to feel like they tried something. True, even if you know that it's going to amount to nothing, it is actually not a bad idea to let people do something useless if it makes them realize that it wouldn't have mattered, it was useless. But they can say, okay, we tried. What else can we do? At that point, they have tried what they thought of, so they are now ready to listen to other people's suggestions. And that should never be dismissed as useless. Only time I would say it's better to avoid doing something like that, like something like this, is if it's precarious enough that if they start doing things, they might make it worse. That is one of the times I would say, okay, let's not try to make it worse. If we know it's going to make it worse, it's better to have an open conversation and say that's the case and why we shouldn't try. But if it will raise spirits, it's worth the attempt. So we need to allocate 3. And it can be pretty much anyone as long as it's 3. I don't think I need to allocate anyone else. Maybe I do. Let's do it. Let's redo that. Let's do exactly as many as we need to do and keep as many of the other people open and available as possible. Confirm. Agreed. Yeah, okay, so I lost his. I'll see you for dinner, sure. Don't forget the hooshbot needs fed. Needs feed. Whatever. Finish requests. Before dinner, you should see to sending out our first sledding team. I also believe it's time you gave our good doctor a visit. We'll still have wounded from the night of the Aurora. Their wounds need to be attended to before they are fit to work. And I doubt I need to remind you of this, but we need every hand available. Don't be afraid of assigning my team for some manual labor. They complain, but they'll work. Yeah, so we need to assign anyone that has an affliction of some kind, like Turner has here. His wounded affliction needs to be treated. So that's something we need to fix. You did seem familiar. I've finally placed you. You have you? Yes, I remember seeing you compete. Soren Killiper, you are quite the gymnast. I'm surprised to see you in this line of work. Not too many gymnasts carry long careers. You did quite well when I saw you at the Summer Games. I recall you placed. Don't recall winning. Can't believe Hunt is gone. What happened? Who knows? He was drunk. Whatever he was thinking, he definitely wasn't in his right mind. What about Smurf, Covid, and Joe? Who knows? Covid owes me a 5 gilst. Don't think you'll be seeing it soon. No, I don't think you will be seeing it soon either, so... But we are going to round off the episode, and we are pretty much officially past the introduction. There's still some introductionary things. We're sort of still in the setup phase and not... I would probably say that the game really kicks off once you're forced off the ship, which is soonish. It's not really there yet, but we're soon there yet. Bit of a spoiler, I know, but at this point I don't think it's much of a surprise that the ship is going to get abandoned at some point. However, how that's going to go, I will not spoil. And what we are going to do before we are forced off the ship, you are going to have to see, because I'm also not 100% sure what we will be able to achieve with the time that we have left on the ship. Because the time is limited, and we are going to have to try and see if we can secure supplies and things that we might need and have use for as much as possible. Regardless, we are going to see what we can do. And I brave farted and took some time to think if I missed anything, but I don't think I have. So, with that, yeah, we are going to have to see what actually happens and what we can get away with and what we can actually accrue in terms of items and supplies and so on. Regardless, well, you know, all that YouTube stuff, like liking the video, subscribing to the channel, commenting down below, you know, all of that kind of stuff that, well, it's entirely your choice if you want to do them. Regardless, with that said, and that being your choice, we are going to round off here and see what kind of choices the future holds for us in the pale beyond. So, for now, thanks for watching, goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.